and reigned approximately from 878 BC to 839 BC. His father was King Ahaziah, who reigned only 1 year before he was killed by David. After his son's death, Joash's grandmother usurped the throne from Ahaziah's sons and began killing them off. But before Athaliah could kill Joash, his aunt Jehoshaphat saved him from her murderous rampage. Jehoshaphat was the wife of the priest Jehoiada, and together they raised Joash in the temple. When Joash was 7 years old, Jehoiada had Athaliah killed, and he anointed Joash king of Judah. In 2 Chronicles 24 verse 1, it says, Joash was 7 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years in Jerusalem. Verse 2 also says, and Joash did that which was right in the sight of the Lord all the days of Jehoiada the priest. The priest Jehoiada was a superb advisor to the king all the days that he was alive. The first thing that Joash did in his reign was repair the temple. In verse 4 it says, and it came to pass after this, that Joash was minded to repair the house of the Lord. The temple had basically been abandoned for the past 3 monarchs, and it had been desecrated even more by the wicked king Athaliah, who had dedicated certain things in the temple to the heathen god Baal. At the commandment of the king, a chest was put at the gate of the temple, and had to be emptied every day because of all the money that was put into it. So much money was put inside of the chest that after the king hired masons and carpenters, there was enough money to buy vessels and spoons of gold and silver. However, in verse 15 it says, but Jehoiada waxed old and was full of days when he died. In biblical times, long life was a sign of God's blessing on someone's life, and Jehoiada was further honored by being buried in the city of David among the kings. It did not take long for King Joash to start to falter in his Christian walk, and in verse 18 it tells us, and they left the house of the Lord God their fathers, and served groves and idols. God would not let his people go so easily, however, and over the next couple of years, the Lord sent prophets to the people of Judah, but the people would not repent. In verse 20 it says, and the Spirit of God came upon Zechariah, the son of Jehoiada the priest. Zechariah tried to get the people to repent from the wicked idolatry, but they still would not listen despite his efforts. King Joash's wickedness peaked in verse 21, and they conspired against him and stoned him with stones at the commandment of the king. King Joash killed his own cousin because his cousin nearly told him what he had done wrong. After Zechariah's death, the Syrians attacked Jerusalem and Judea with a small band of men, and because of Joash's sin, the Lord allowed them to prevail. Afterwards, Joash was killed by his own servants in a big conspiracy. Joash was further punished by not being buried in the sepulchre of the kings. Joash started out as a good king, but was not serious in his walk with God, and he ended up costing him his honor and ultimately his life. The Apostle Paul was the exact opposite of King Joash. In Acts chapter 8, verse 3, it says, as for Saul, he made havoc of the church, entering into every house and hailing men and women, committed them to prison. Before his conversion, Paul was a Pharisee, and he was present at the stoning of Stephen. No doubt because of Saul, many other Christians lost their lives. On the road to Damascus one day, however, a bright light shined from heaven, and in Acts 9 verse 4 it says, and he, Paul, heard a voice calling to him from heaven, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? Verse 5 tells us that the voice was Jesus Christ, and afterwards Paul's name was changed to Saul, and he became one of the earliest missionaries. Paul went on and founded many churches in Palestine, Asia Minor, and even Rome. Paul was consistently trying to get people saved and trying to be more like Christ. He went on to write a little less than half the books in the New Testament. The Bible does not record his death, but theologians believe that he was killed by the wicked Roman Emperor Nero. Throughout his life, Paul was consistent. This message can be applied to 2 different groups of people, new believers and old believers. If you are a new believer, you ought to try to keep the drive that you had when you were first saved. To older believers, you ought not be binge Christians who do the work of Christ a little bit here and a little bit there, but are not consistent. Lack of consistency is a problem that we all struggle with, but with God's help, we can